Now let us go over the inequalities that involve specifically modulus function. So we are aware what is the meaning of modulus function. That is, when we say that mod of x, it gives us the absolute value of x. So in other words, that's the distance of that number from 0. So we know that modulus function, whatever is the value of it, that will be always greater than or equal to 0. So that is always a non-negative number. So if you have some number a which is a positive number, okay, and if we have the inequality mod of x less than a, okay, then what are the allowed values of x, or what values of x satisfy this inequality? So if you think a little bit, if modulus of x is less than a, then that means the distance of x from 0 has to be less than a. Now it may be possible that x lies either on positive side or negative side, but it has to be within a distance of a on both sides of 0. So that means on the right side it must be less than a, whereas on left side it must be greater than minus a. So in other words, x must lie between minus a to a. So therefore here we have the conclusion of this type of inequality is that x must lie between minus a to a. That's how we remember it. If you want to show it in terms of the interval notation, we say that x must belong to the open interval minus a to a. You see, we don't want to include the values minus a and a themselves. Now in case of the second possibility, that is if mod of x is greater than a, then once again imagine what does it mean. It means that the distance of x from 0 has to be greater than a. That means it must lie either beyond a or it must lie before minus a, isn't it? Because only in that case the absolute value will be greater than a. So here also if you want to show it now as a solution, then we say that either x is greater than a or x is less than minus a. So what does it mean? If you want to show it in terms of intervals, x is greater than a means x can belong to the interval a to infinity, or it can belong to the interval minus infinity to minus a, isn't it? So therefore it's a union of that. So x may be present in either of these two regions. Let's move on. Here we note one important point, that whenever we want to take the square root, say for example square root of x square, it's technically correct to take it as mod of x and not as plus or minus x. Because let us see an example. Suppose if we have x square greater than 4, then while taking the square root, suppose if we write mistakenly as therefore x is greater than plus or minus 2, right? Because we are so much habitual to take the square root as plus or minus, which is correct whenever we are dealing purely with arithmetic and numbers. But here whenever we are dealing with variables and functions, we should take the square root using the modulus function only, okay? Because now if you see, if we say that x is greater than plus or minus 2, that means x is greater than 2 or x is greater than minus 2. Now you see, if x is greater than 2, then it definitely satisfies the original inequality. So that is fine, that's the part of the answer. But what if we consider the second possibility, that is what we are saying or claiming, that x should be greater than minus 2. In this case, if we consider some value, for example 0, see 0 is definitely greater than minus 2, but is square of 0 greater than 4? Of course not, because 0 square is 0, which is less than 4. So you see, this is not the correct solution, okay? So therefore, what is the correct way of writing the solution of this particular inequality? So while taking the square root, what we say is mod of x has to be greater than 2. So we are taking the square roots on both sides, but while taking the square root of x square, we write it as mod x. And now absolute value of x is greater than 2 means x itself has to be greater than 2 or it has to be less than minus 2, okay? So to summarize this particular thing, we say that if k is some positive number, then if we have x square less than k square, then it means mod of x has to be less than k, which in turn means that x lies between minus k to k. Similarly, if x square is greater than k square, then that means mod x has to be greater than k, which means in turn either x is greater than k or x is less than minus k. Alright, so we have to keep that in mind while solving the sums based on inequalities, where we have to take the square root, and hence modulus function comes into picture. Okay, so let us practice solving the sums on modulus. So here we have to solve mod of x minus 2 greater than 3. So it has greater than inequality. So as per what we have just seen, whatever quantity we are taking modulus of, that has to be either greater than 3 or that has to be less than minus 3. Right? So now to get x, we have to get rid of this minus 2. So let us send the minus 2 on other side by adding it. So therefore clearly we get x greater than 3 plus 2, that is 5. This is one possibility. Or x is less than 2 minus 3, which is minus 1. So this is the solution set, that is either x can be greater than 5 or it can be less than minus 1, which will satisfy the given inequality. If you want to write this solution in terms of intervals, we can say in short that x has to belong to the interval. Now let us write the interval that comes first on the number line. So that is the region which is less than minus 1. So we write that as from minus infinity to minus 1 union the other region that is greater than 5, that means from 5 to positive infinity. Correct? So that's the solution set of the inequality. If you want to show this graphically, then let's see how to show that. Here we have minus 1 and here we have 5. Now we want all the region to the right side of 5, that is greater than 5 but not equal to 5 themselves, 5 itself. So here we show a hollow circle at 5 and we darken the entire region which lies on right side of 5. Similarly, we have to consider the region which lies to the left of minus 1 but excluding minus 1 itself. So there also we show a hollow circle and the entire region that comes to the left of it, we darken it. So that's the graphical way of denoting the solution. Okay, let's see another question. Okay, now here we have mod of 2x plus 5 less than 4. Okay. For the time being, let us forget what is there inside the mod. Just look at it as mod of something is less than 4. Right? So therefore that particular something has to lie between minus 4 and 4, isn't it, as per the result that we saw. Now to reach x, we must slowly remove all the other unwanted things which are around x. So first of all, let us get rid of 5 by subtracting 5 throughout. So therefore we will get minus 9 less than 2x less than minus 1. Again we want to get rid of the 2, so therefore since 2 is a positive number, by dividing all sides by 2, the inequalities will not change, they will be retained. So therefore x has to lie between minus 9 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So that's the answer. We can just write this in different way, that it has to lie between the open interval minus 9 by 2 to minus 1 by 2. And denoting graphically, here we show two values, that is minus 9 by 2 and minus 1 by 2, and since it lies between them and excluding the endpoints, so therefore we show hollow circle and darken the region between minus 9 by 2 and minus 1 by 2. So that's the required answer.